You think you know someone's story just by looking at them. You see the simple clothes, the quiet demeanor, and you write them off. That's what they did to me at my own brother's engagement party. They laughed, they sneered, they called me the stinky country girl right to my face. What they didn't know was that I held their careers, their pride, their entire world in my hands. And before the night was over, I was going to make sure they never forgot it. Narrator introduction. My name is Walter, and I'm an old man now. But let me tell you a story about my granddaughter, Maya. She taught a room full of arrogant people a lesson they deserved, a lesson about judging a book by its cover. Sit back. This is a true story. My granddaughter Maya stood in front of her closet, holding a simple blue dress. It wasn't fancy, but it was clean and comfortable. She was driving back to her hometown after 3 years away. Her older brother, Liam, was getting engaged. She loved Liam, but they had grown apart. He had stayed in their small town, becoming a manager at the local tech company, NexaCore. Maya had left, built a life in the city, and found success on her own terms. A success nobody back home knew about. The invitation said casual elegance. She figured her dress would be fine. She didn't know the party was being held at the Grand Serenity Hotel, the fanciest place in 3 counties. She especially didn't know that Liam's fiancée, Chloe, came from a family who thought their wealth made them royalty. Maya packed her bag, got in her reliable but dusty sedan, and began the long drive home, her heart a mix of nostalgia and unease. The Grand Serenity Hotel looked like a palace under the evening sky. Valets in crisp uniforms parked shiny BMWs and Audis. Maya pulled up in her sedan, feeling eyes on her. A young valet gave her a polite but confused smile. "Welcome to the Grand Serenity, miss." She handed him the keys. "Thank you, I'm here for the Walsh engagement party." His eyebrows lifted slightly. The ballroom straight ahead. The lobby was all marble and crystal. People drifted by in designer outfits. Maya smoothed her simple dress, took a deep breath, and followed the sound of music and laughter. She saw her brother Liam first. He looked handsome but nervous in a new suit. Next to him was Chloe, radiant in a sparkling dress, surrounded by a crowd. Maya's heart warmed seeing her brother happy. She walked towards them, a smile on her face. Chloe's eyes found Maya before Liam's did. The warmth in them froze over, replaced by a flicker of disbelief, then cold amusement. She leaned into her mother, Eleanor, and whispered something, her lips curled in a sneer. Eleanor's gaze followed, and a similar look of distaste settled on her face. Liam finally saw Maya. "Maya, you made it!" He hugged her tightly. "I'm so glad you're here." Chloe's smile was like plastic. "Maya, what a surprise. You found the place okay?" Her tone suggested she was surprised Maya could find a city, let alone a hotel. "I did, thanks. You look beautiful, Chloe. Congratulations." Chloe gave a light, fake laugh. "Thank you, that's a unique dress." Eleanor stepped forward, not offering a hand. "So you're the sister from the city. Liam has mentioned you." The way she said city made it sound like a dirty word. Maya simply nodded. The circle around Chloe watched, some with pity, most with quiet mockery. Maya moved to get a drink, feeling the stares like pinpricks. At the open bar, a man in a too-tight suit stood with his back to her, talking loudly. "I'm telling you, the new owner of our company is a ghost. No one else met them. Mr. Blackwell just says all major decisions come from the top now. It's throwing everything into chaos at NexaCore." The man was Chloe's older brother, Derek. Maya knew him vaguely. Worked at NexaCore too, a mid-level manager who thought he was a CEO. His friend laughed. "Maybe it's some international conglomerate cleaning house." Derek scoffed. "Whoever it is, they have no idea how we run things here. Probably some suit in a New York skyscraper." Maya took her soda water with lime, a small, private smile on her lips, if only he knew. She turned and accidentally brushed against Derek. He looked down at her. "Watch it." His eyes swept over her. "Oh, Liam's sister." "Right." He didn't apologize, just turned back to his conversation. Dinner was a seated affair. Maya found her place card at a table near the back, far from the head table. Sitting with her were distant relatives and a few people she didn't know. Across the room, Chloe's family and friends were the loud center of attention. During a lull, Chloe's voice, slightly slurred from champagne, carried. She was talking to her bridesmaids, a cluster of women in identical peach dresses. "I just hope she doesn't stand near us in the photos. That dress looks like she bought it at a gas station." A peal of laughter followed. One of the bridesmaids, trying to impress, whispered loudly, "She probably took the bus here." Chloe smirked. "SHH, she might hear you. But really, what can you expect? She's just a stinky country girl who got lost in the city." The words, clear and cruel, hit Maya like a physical slap. The table around her went quiet, embarrassed. Maya didn't react. She took a slow sip of water, her knuckles white around the glass. The old Maya might have cried or left, but the Maya who had built a secret empire just made a decision. Maya excused herself and walked to the luxurious restroom. She splashed cold water on her face, looking at her reflection. The stinky country girl stared back, but her eyes were steady. She pulled out her phone, a model that was 2 years old, nothing flashy. She opened her encrypted email app, navigated past dozens of unread messages from her legal and management teams, and found the contact for Jonathan Blackwell, the public-facing CEO of NexaCore. He thought he reported to a board. He didn't. He reported to her. She typed a quick message. "Jonathan, it's Maya. I'm at the Grand Serenity Hotel for a personal event. The Walsh/Chambers engagement. Please call the hotel GM and have him meet me discreetly in the lobby in 10 minutes. I may need to exercise ownership privileges tonight. Keep this quiet for now." She hit send. The response was almost instant. "Understood, Ms. Walsh, it will be done." She put her phone away. The game had changed. Maya returned to the ballroom. The party was in full swing. Liam was dancing with Chloe, who was laughing dramatically at something. Derek was holding court at the bar again, bragging about a project at work. Maya walked calmly through the crowd, not toward her table, but toward the main exit to the lobby. A few people noticed her leaving and whispered, probably thinking she was fleeing the humiliation. Let them think that. In the grand lobby, a man in an impeccably tailored hotel manager's suit was waiting nervously by a potted plant. He saw her and hurried over, his posture respectful. "Ms. Walsh, I'm Martin Ford, the general manager. Mr. Blackwell called. How may I be of service?" Maya smiled, a genuine one this time. "Martin, thank you for meeting me. A few things. First, please confirm for the staff that I am the sole owner of the Grand Serenity Hotel Group." Martin nodded swiftly. "Absolutely, ma'am. It's in our proprietary records. Your anonymity has been strictly maintained as per your instructions." Martin listened intently as Maya spoke quietly. "The party in the ballroom is for my brother. However, the bride's family, the Chambers, and several of their guests are employees of NexaCore, which I also own." Martin's eyes widened slightly, but he remained professional. "I see. Their behavior tonight has been unacceptable," Maya continued, her voice calm but firm. "I want to make a point. Please prepare the penthouse suite for me immediately. Have a bottle of our best champagne sent up. Then, in about 20 minutes, I want you to personally interrupt the party. Approach me in front of everyone and ask if the arrangements for the owner's suite are to my liking. Be clear, be formal. Can you do that?" Martin gave a small bow. "It would be my pleasure, Ms. Walsh. Consider it done." He turned and walked swiftly toward the front desk, already speaking into his radio. Maya felt a surge of calm power. She waited a few minutes, then Ray entered the ballroom. Back in the ballroom, the toast was happening. Chloe's father, a pompous man named Richard Chambers, was droning on about legacy and good families. "We're so pleased to welcome Liam into our family. The Chambers have always valued hard work and proper standing." His eyes swept the room, lingering dismissively on Maya's side. "It's important to know where you come from and, more importantly, where you're going." He raised his glass. "To the future," the crowd echoed. "To the future." Maya stood near the back, not drinking. As the applause died down, the large double doors of the ballroom opened. Martin, the GM, entered. He looked completely out of place, a portrait of hotel authority. Conversations hushed. He walked with purpose, his eyes scanning the room. People wondered who he was looking for. Was it Richard Chambers? Derek? He passed them all. He walked straight to the back, to Maya in her simple blue dress. The room watched, confused. Martin stopped in front of Maya and gave a slight, respectful bow of his head. His voice, polished and loud enough to carry in the sudden quiet, rang out. "Excuse the interruption, Ms. Walsh. I wanted to personally inform you that the penthouse suite is prepared for you. We've taken the liberty of chilling a bottle of the 2008 Krug Close Dambonnet as you requested. Please let us know if there is anything else you require during your stay as owner of the Grand Serenity." The silence that followed was absolute. You could have heard a pin drop. Every eye was glued to Maya and the bowing hotel manager. Chloe's plastic smile was stuck on her face, frozen in confusion. Derek's mouth hung open. Richard Chambers looked like he'd been slapped. Maya smiled graciously at Martin. "Thank you, Martin, that's perfect. I'll be up shortly." With another nod, Martin turned and walked out, leaving a tidal wave of shock behind him. For a full 10 seconds, no one moved or spoke. Then a chaos of whispers erupted. "Owner? Did he say owner?" "Maya." "Oh, you are Maya?" Liam was staring at his sister, his face a mask of total shock. Chloe was the first to break. She let out a high, nervous laugh. "What is this, some kind of joke?" She looked at Maya, her sneer returning but now mixed with panic. Maya, did you pay someone to do that? That's pathetic. Maya didn't address Chloe. She looked at her brother, her expression soft. Liam, I'm sorry you had to find out like this. I wanted to tell you privately, but the circumstances changed. She then turned her gaze to Richard Chambers. Mr. Chambers, you spoke about knowing where you come from. I come from the same place as Liam, but where I'm going and where I currently am is as the majority shareholder and owner of NexaCore, your employer. The room erupted. Derek choked on his drink. That's impossible, he sputtered. Richard Chambers' face turned from red to purple. This is absurd, a childish prank. Maya reached into her small, simple clutch purse. She pulled out a single, sleek business card and walked over to Richard. She handed it to him. It was plain, white, with only a name and a number. Maya Walsh, principal shareholder, NexaCore Holdings. It was the same font, the same stock used for the official NexaCore board cards. Richard stared at it, his hand trembling. He'd seen this cardstock before in the hands of Jonathan Blackwell. His bravado crumbled, replaced by dawning horror. Maya spoke calmly. You can verify with Jonathan Blackwell in the morning. Though given your family's conduct tonight toward the company's principal owner, I'd be prepared for a different kind of call. Chloe was crying now, angry, humiliated tears. Liam, do something, she's ruining everything. Liam looked from his sobbing fiancée to his calm sister. His voice was low, hurt. Maya, is this true? You own NexaCore? The Grand Serenity? Maya nodded, her eyes filled with apology. Yes. I built a software company in the city. We sold it 2 years ago. I used the capital to make quiet investments. NexaCore was struggling. I bought it to save it and to keep you employed, Liam. I bought the hotel chain last year. I wanted to stay anonymous. I just wanted to be your sister tonight. The revelation that Liam's job had been saved by the sister they'd all mocked hung in the air, heavy and ugly. Chloe's friends were backing away from her, their faces masks of shock and fear. Derek stumbled forward, his arrogance gone, replaced by desperate sweat. Ms. Walsh, Maya, please. The things we said, we didn't know. It was a mistake. Maya looked at him, her expression unreadable. A mistake is spilling your drink, Derek. What you and your family did tonight was a choice. A choice to be cruel, to judge, to belittle. At an engagement party meant to unite families. She looked around the room, at the faces of the NexaCore employees who had laughed along. Many of you work for me. You've spent the evening mocking the hand that signs your paychecks. Think about that. She turned back to Liam. I'm going up to my suite. This is your night, Liam. You need to decide what and who is important. With that, she walked out of the silent ballroom, leaving a shattered party behind her. Up in the breathtaking penthouse suite, Maya stood at the floor-to-ceiling window, looking down at the town lights. She felt no triumph, only a deep weariness and sadness. A soft knock came at the door. Was Liam alone? He looked exhausted. Can I come in? She nodded. He walked in, whistling softly at the opulent surroundings. So this is the owner's suite. He tried to smile. Maya, why didn't you tell me? She sighed. At first, I wanted a clean break from the poor Maya narrative. Then when I bought NexaCore, I was afraid you'd feel patronized, that our relationship would change. I wanted you to succeed on your own merit, and you have. I'm so proud of you, Liam. Liam's eyes filled with tears. And I'm ashamed of myself. I saw how they treated you. I didn't stop it. I was so caught up in impressing them. He broke off. Chloe is downstairs, screaming that I have to choose, her or you. Maya poured 2 glasses of the exquisite champagne. You don't have to choose me, Liam. You have to choose the life you want. Do you want a life with people who treat your family like trash, who value labels over character? Liam took the glass, his hand steadying. When Mr. Chambers, Richard, got that card, his whole face changed. It wasn't just fear for his job. It was the realization that his entire sense of superiority was a lie, that the stinky country girl was above him in every way that mattered to him. It was horrifying to watch. He took a sip. I don't want that. I don't want to be that. He looked at his sister. What happens now, with the company? Maya's face became businesslike. Richard Chambers and Derek will be terminated tomorrow for creating a hostile work environment, targeting the owner no less. It's a clean, HR-valid reason. Others will be formally reprimanded. The company will be fine. The next morning, the fallout began. Jonathan Blackwell called Richard Chambers at 7 a.m. The conversation was brief and brutal. By 8 a.m., security was escorting a shell-shocked Richard and a sputtering Derek out of the NexaCore building with boxes of their belongings. News spread through the town like wildfire. The Chambers family, who had put on such airs, were not only humiliated socially but financially ruined. Liam went to see Chloe. He found her in her parents' mansion, which was already feeling like a sinking ship. She was hysterical, alternating between begging and blaming him. You have to fix this. Make your sister give them their jobs back. Liam calmly placed the engagement ring on the table. It's over, Chloe. The way you treated Maya. I can't unsee it. I don't know who you are. He walked out, leaving her wailing. A week later, Maya was back in the city, but things were different. She had a long video call with Liam. They talked for hours, rebuilding their bond. She offered him a new, challenging position at NexaCore headquarters, not as a favor, but because she believed in his talent. He accepted, eager for a fresh start away from the toxic small-town gossip. At NexaCore, the purge was strategic. The employees who had actively participated in the mockery were let go. Those who had simply been bystanders were given a stern warning about company culture. Maya issued a company-wide memo about respect, integrity, and the danger of workplace cliques. Morality, strangely, improved. People started focusing on work, not gossip. Maya also made a public, but controlled, announcement about her ownership of the Grand Serenity Hotel Group. She gave an interview to a business magazine, framing it as a story about quiet investment and belief in local businesses. She never mentioned the engagement party. The story became a local legend anyway, whispered in coffee shops and hair salons. Don't be like the Chambers. You never know who someone really is. The Grand Serenity Hotel saw a strange boost in business. People came hoping to catch a glimpse of the mysterious young owner, the stinky country girl who turned out to be the queen of the castle. 6 months later, Liam was thriving in his new role. He had started dating a smart, kind woman from the marketing department who judged him on his work ethic and his terrible puns, not his last name. He and Maya had Sunday dinners every week. One evening, he asked her, "Do you ever feel bad?" About how it ended for them, Maya thought about it. "I feel bad for the pain it caused you and for the embarrassment, but I don't feel bad for holding them accountable. They built their own trap with every snide comment. I just showed them the door." She wasn't vengeful, she was just done. Done being invisible, done being disrespected. The final chapter for the Chambers family was written by reality. Richard, unable to find a comparable job with his reputation, had to sell the mansion. Derek moved to another state for a lower-level job, telling no one about his past. Chloe, according to town gossip, became bitter and withdrawn, her social circle evaporating. The engagement party was now referred to as the night the castle fell. Maya's quiet strength had reshaped the town's social landscape. It was a powerful lesson that true class isn't about what you wear or where you live, but how you treat people, especially when you think they're beneath you. A year after the party, Maya visited the Grand Serenity again. Martin, the GM, gave her a full tour of some new renovations. As they walked, a young woman on the housekeeping staff, recognizing Maya, stopped and nodded respectfully. "Good afternoon, Ms. Walsh, thank you." Surprised, Maya asked, "For what?" The young woman smiled shyly. "My brother worked at NexaCore. He said after you took over and cleared out the bad ones, it became a place where people could just work hard and be respected. He got a promotion last month." Maya felt a deep sense of satisfaction she hadn't expected. The revenge had been personally sweet, but this positive change was the real reward. Maya and Liam stood on the hotel balcony one evening, looking at the same view she'd seen the night of the party. "Do you ever miss it?" Liam asked. "The anonymity?" Maya shook her head. "No, hiding who you are comes at a cost. I spent that whole party letting people define me. I won't do that again." "Let them see the success. Let them see the confidence. It's not arrogance, Liam, it's just truth." Liam put an arm around her. "I'm proud to be your brother. And I'm proud you're mine," she said. The sibling bond, once stretched thin, was now stronger than ever, forged in the fire of public humiliation and private truth. The story of Maya Walsh became a modern fable in the business community nearby. It was a cautionary tale about workplace culture and a motivational story about hidden potential. Maya, for her part, leaned into her role. She started a small foundation in her hometown, funding scholarships for kids who wanted to study business or tech, kids who might feel like stinky country girls or boys with big dreams. She put her name on it openly. The girl they tried to shame was now the town's proudest benefactor. And so, my granddaughter's story teaches us all. Never assume you know the full measure of a person. The quiet one in the corner might be the most powerful person in the room. Cruelty always has a cost, often when you don't see coming. And sometimes, the best revenge isn't shouting or fighting. It's a quiet word to a hotel manager, the truth revealed at the perfect moment, and the strength to walk away with your head high, knowing you held the power all along. Maya didn't just own a company and a hotel. That night, she owned the truth. And that is something no one can ever take away.